Rani was a bright young woman with an unshakable faith in God. Even as a child, she faced trials. While in school, her parents struggled financially, and she often went without food or proper clothing. Despite the taunts of her peers, Rani prayed fervently, trusting that God would make a way. One day, a teacher noticed her determination and paid for her school fees. Rani saw this as God's provision, and her faith grew stronger. However, her challenges only deepened as she progressed through life. After school, Rani met Obi, a man she believed God had sent to her. They fell in love and got married, but soon after, the trials began. Months turned into years, and Rani was unable to conceive. People whispered behind her back, calling her barren. Obi's family pressured him to take another wife. "You need a woman who can give you children," his mother said. Obi resisted at first, but as Rani's faith in God remained unshaken, he grew weary. He often lashed out at her. "Your prayers are worthless. God hasn't answered you because He doesn't care." Rani cried herself to sleep most nights but clung to verses like Psalm 37 verse 5, "Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will act." When their prayers were finally answered and Rani gave birth to a baby boy, she thought her suffering was over. But soon after, her son fell gravely ill. She spent all her savings on hospital bills, yet his condition worsened. Obi, tired of the endless struggles, left Rani and their sick child for another woman. "I can't keep suffering because of you," he said coldly as he walked out the door. Broken and alone, Rani considered giving up on God. "Why, Lord," she cried. "Why have you allowed my life to be filled with pain?" For weeks, she stopped praying, feeling abandoned and hopeless. One night, as she sat by her son's hospital bed, Rani heard a sermon playing on a nurse's radio. The preacher's words pierced her heart: "God's delay is not His denial. Trust in Him, for He is refining you." Rani fell to her knees. "Lord, I'm sorry for doubting you. I don't understand your ways, but I surrender to your will. Please, heal my son and restore my life." Not long after, Rani's son began to recover miraculously. The doctors were astonished, calling it an unexplainable healing. When Obi heard of their son's recovery and saw the strength of her faith, he returned, humbled and repentant. With tears in his eyes, he begged for her forgiveness and vowed never to abandon her again, promising to stand by her through every trial. Despite the pain in her heart, Rani remembered the words of Ephesians 4 verse 32, "Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you." Reflecting on all God had done for her, she chose to forgive Obi. Rani, strengthened by her faith, embraced him and said, "God has forgiven me much, and I will extend that same grace to you. Let us rebuild our home on the foundation of His love." Together, they renewed their commitment to God and each other, choosing to move forward as a family anchored in faith and forgiveness. Rani's life became a testimony of unwavering faith. She shared her story with others, encouraging them to trust God no matter the trials. Her favorite verse became Isaiah 61 verse 3, "To give them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning." Through her challenges, Rani learned that God's plans are always better than our own. Though the road was painful, her faith refined her, bringing her into a season of joy and abundance she could never have imagined. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and give this story a thumbs up.